Oh,
We're back.
we're back.
We're
We're
back,
back.
Tom.
We're back for another Wednesday of fake wizard news, and you know, last week we were here for news, and I don't know if you guys hear it. I don't know if you guys hear it, but you hear that? You hear that?
You hear that?
Because I called it.
I hear.
I freaking called it a week
Pick
ago.
up the phone because we called it.
Pick up
We
the phone
called
because
it.
guess what? Literally a week ago, we called it.
That's right.
What
did.
we called, we're gonna get into, but the news just keeps on rolling. But yeah, we're here. We are.
We called it, man.
I called it.
We called it last week. We called it the week before that. We called it months ago. We called it last year. And it brings us to today. We got a lot of gaming stuff. I'm glad we have the full panel here because we've got a lot of gaming stuff we're going to get into today, man. Wow, what a bunch of news to wake up to today, huh? We got a little bit of AI stuff we're going to get into. I think, well, more so on the meta angle. We're going to get into that. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Very good. Very good. Just another lackadaisical week. Nothing really big going on.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like sometimes before the show, we say, it was a slower week, not really that much going on. Every time this, for the last couple of weeks, it's like, what do we talk about? Because there's so much to talk about. It's nonstop. So it's hard. I mean, it keeps going. It never ends. I'm tired. Let me go to sleep, please.
Yeah, man. This one's going to be crazy. But before we get into the big one, which is PlayStation and Xbox killing physical games, which again, we told you it was coming. I can't believe it was so soon. We do have a little bit of news we're going to get into. So let's get to the news. Okay, so what I'm about to play here is something that I don't know if you guys have seen this video yet.
I have, unfortunately.
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
blind.
That was the surprise.
I saw the name. I was like, oh, no.
I haven't seen this.
Okay, so we're going to play it. The name of this is very fun, but let's just get right to it. Let me make sure the audio is coming through.
Is this real or is this someone
this is
made
real.
this? Like, okay, this is real. Okay.
Yes, this is real. Do we have any sound?
Yeah.
It's just a little music.
Oh,
Look at him. Look at him go.
It's so nice. Is he called Sloth?
No, this is
No.
double speed 30. This is double time.
Look at him.
This is time lapsed. I got it. All right.
Oh, he's got the Hulk hands and
He's got
Steve.
Steve.
He's got Steve.
Dang, talk about product placement.
This is Robbie the Robot. I played this when I was on Nintendo back in the day.
Yeah,
this is Rob.
it does look like Rob. Look at this
You know
guy.
what the biggest lie of that whole thing was? It happened
Weave?
about 4 seconds ago when it showed the wheels at the bottom. They were clean.
Yeah.
No one's floor
Oh.
is that clean. Those wheels would be crusty after
What a-
driving back and forth on a floor.
What a terrible name. Weave?
That's not
Well,
the name of it.
okay.
That's not the
So
name.
that's
You take it back,
I
30.
think that's just the company is called
Okay.
Weave. No,
Robot Isaac 1.
Ah.
Isaac 1 delivers. Will begin
Nice.
in this fall. Oh no!
Does
Isaac
Isaac 1
1
stand for something or is it just Isaac?
You stand for nothing. You stand for everything. I mean,
Isaac,
Oh
did you
my-
get permission to use your name and likeness?
I tried
for
to
this?
Mr. Wonderful it and tell them I need a royalty, but they did not ask for my permission.
That's very nice.
Oh boy.
man.
So I have a question. What is that little partition next to him? Is that for his privacy?
I have no idea, but it's
It
funny.
could be the
looking.
wireless
Like, what is
charger,
that?
honestly. Because they don't have a wireless charging mat, it could be on the side where it plugs into the wall.
Oh, he was
and
like he was like backing up into the charger thing. But what was that little blockade? Like he needed, like he was going to the restroom or something. You know what I mean? Like his own little partition.
privacy.
Yeah, look
for
at
the-
What is that?
Oh yeah,
He's
you're
got his
right.
own
Well,
wall.
Robots need privacy too.
Yeah.
I can't. I
We didn't want to
I-
insult the robot.
Man. Yeah, so Isaac won. Does that mean you have is this like your brother or like a clone or
I don't know,
how do
but
we
I want
process
one
this?
now. Like I don't want one because I want it in my house. I just want it because we share a name. Like
Yeah, I mean, with respect, maybe not Isaac 1, maybe like Isaac 7, because this guy
Right.
is slow.
yeah,
Yeah, but if Isaac gets this and his wife's like, Isaac, he won't know who his wife's talking to. Like, it's like, Isaac, did you do the laundry? And he's like, no, I didn't do the laundry. And
30,
then
that's such a good point.
Isaac is
I'm
doing the
pre-ordering
laundry.
tonight.
Yeah, you should do it.
Wait, can we
And-
make it pack bags?
Yeah. I
Can
like
it
it. We
be
just
used?
hired someone to do that, but if this is the future, hopefully she's
That's
not
right.
watching this.
well, I think the bigger question is if this is Isaac 1, what does that make you? Are you Isaac 0 or are you Isaac 2? How are you
Isaac
going to
Prime. He's Isaac
differentiate
Prime.
between each other?
Isaac Prime. Yes. I like that.
Isaac
He's Isaac
Prime.
Yeah. But you know what?
Isaac
You know what I think the
Prime.
most exciting part of this is? The way they spell the name of this robot is correct. The way Isaac should be spelled. Because I'm already seeing it in the chat where people are saying they see the resemblance and they want to buy one for the RAM. They're not spelling my name right. But this title has. So I love that. I'm excited for that. This is great. Sign me up for one. The first shot that I saw where he looks like E.T. in the very beginning, where his head is just peeking up. That's at the point where I was like, "This is ridiculous. This has to be a joke."
Is this the Meta Quests 2 being recycled into robots?
Yes.
Because they didn't sell.
Absolutely.
It is just the headset
that's-
of the MetaQuest.
Oh my
It does.
goodness.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Is there
But,
anything on pricing? I have a
That's a
feeling this
really
is going to be
good
like
question.
18 grand.
Yeah, I'm gonna
2,000
say-
hours.
I'm gonna say about $8,000.
Wait, hold on. 2,000 hours of what? Lifetime?
Rob
Yeah,
wins the
yeah.
battle.
Isaac's got a crazy side.
Yeah,
piece.
see, look at that.
Heck
Rob
yeah.
joins
Oh.
the battle. See that? It does
We
look
got-
like
we
Oh,
got
I
Isaac.
do not like
Hey,
that
8,000.
picture.
You-
I
Look at
don't
that.
like that picture. That is a horrifying.
Up front, 8,000.
That is a
Terrifying.
This is like
horrifying
Slender
still.
Man for robots. That's disgusting.
Does
it
it
is time for
speak?
your bed, Isaac.
Although if I was playing the prices right, I'd be wrong because it's
Nope.
7,999. I said
Look at that.
8,000. So
Optional $99 a month premium membership.
Yeah, that
Is
won't
this
scare
a
your
family
children.
show,
you're-
or am I allowed to
And you're
make comments?
paying. There's $250 down due today to reserve your Isaac 1 fully refundable. Okay, but like, delivers to California beginning fall 2026.
this is cheaper
Broader
than buying
US
any of the
available
consoles
27.
monthly by month though. You know, it's
Okay,
$449
you know
a
what?
month.
Is
you
this
know.
a family show?
Technically.
Okay, I'm just going to say it anyway. Eventually, someone's going to have to get this in their car and drive to the hospital. And so, I'm just saying.
I mean, look. You see, those are not hands; they're pincers.
Those are claws.
They're not going to be good. You're gonna have a bad time. Okay.
That's all I'm saying. You better
all right.
get a minivan with this to fit
All
it
right,
in the side door.
how did this happen? Well, don't ask any questions. Just slowly. Let's just slowly move to the car, please.
How did this happen? What are you, a cop?
I am rescinding my pre-order. I no longer want this.
You know, for some reason, all I can think about looking at this guy is all of the videos online of people with the drones that do the DoorDash deliveries, where they just like start kicking it and they destroy the drones. I just imagine like a burglar taking a bat to this thing. I don't know why.
To be honest, though, Tom, with you saying that, you could. This has the build where you could put a sweatshirt on here, and it would look like a person walking around.
It would.
Exactly.
It would.
Do any of you guys have a Roomba?
I do. I have a Shark, which is like
Okay,
the same
so
thing,
as soon as you got it, what did you do when you first got it? Be honest now. What did you do? Like you watched it, right? And you're like, that's amazing how that just sits there, right? It's just vacuuming. Meanwhile, you could have vacuumed like much faster.
Oh yeah, like 8 times. In
Right,
the amount
than
of
the
time,
actual
yeah.
Roomba moving, right? So
Yes.
how I'm a very look. I'm from New York originally. I'm a very let's go, right? Like this thing moves so slow to fold laundry, to put one toy in the basket, to do all the stuff. Like, what are we doing here?
Well, so if you look at the $8,000 upfront price tag, it says optional $99 premium membership. Maybe that's double speed, or like triple
There is
speed.
an
Maybe
Isaac
that
Zero.
speeds it up.
What was it?
Isaac
2000?
Zero is a
Zero.
stationary. Oh, no!
Oh, that's even worse.
That's the Terminator right there.
I don't want
That
to be
is
Isaac Zero
scary
anymore.
looking.
This is awful.
That's half the price though. 4,000.
That's Isaac
You
Zero.
need
know,
to get your
dude.
clothes out of the dryer
Sometimes
sooner.
technology just goes too far. I think we found it. Like that. That's
This
the
is-
one that kills
This
me.
is like the meme of like, it's HR HR versus flirting. Like that's the difference here. Like this is the HR complaint, and then the other one is flirting.
Oh my goodness.
I want someone to take the video of the Isaac 1 droid and put the Terminator 2 soundtrack over it, the dun, 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 of it just rising up.
Make it happen, chat. Make it happen.
Oh man.
I wish I didn't see this 30 minutes before we started, because this would have been a great surprise.
Dude, I saw Isaac 1 and I was like, oh, we have to talk about this on air.
I don't think the
Oh,
base. Someone said
man.
it earlier. Someone said the base is a vacuum. I don't think it is. I don't think the
I
bottom
don't
is a
think,
vacuum.
I don't think it's close enough to the floor.
Yeah,
to
it's
be a
way too
vacuum.
high
I
because
think
it has
it's
to
just
clear
wheels.
doorways and stuff like that.
And where would it be going? Like where?
But
would
also,
the-
it couldn't go upstairs. So
breathing.
if you have a 2-story house, you're kind of screwed.
Well, you don't.
oh,
maybe
that's
it, could-
maybe
maybe
it
it can-
climbs.
No,
maybe
it
could
doesn't.
do like a.
It drags
shows
its
it
corpse
climbing,
up
this
the
is
stairs.
exorcism. I'm
Yeah,
out.
it does.
That
I'm
would be
done.
terrifying.
If my neighbor
know,
had
could
one of
you-
these, I'd break in and break
Oh
it if
my
it could
God,
climb
Wizard.
stairs. That's
You just
That
take
would
a
be-
bat to it.
That would be so scary. All of a sudden, in the middle of the night, you hear it's like climbing up the
Yeah.
stairs, just dragging its
Bonk.
corpse on the
Bonk.
bottom. Oh my
Gosh.
god!
Thunk. Every step it drags.
Well, that's just
its
Isaac
wheels
cleaning.
up.
Don't worry about it.
Oh boy. Okay, if we hit our
Goal.
super chat goal
Our
for the
super
day,
goal.
we're buying 2 of these.
Yeah, there you go.
The goal is 43,000 super chats.
You know, all I can think about is how, you know, where Wizard and I are, we have constant power issues where the power just flickers and it messes up all of our technology. And all I can think with something like this is like all you need is just one quick power outage and now it's a murder robot. Like all you need is like with how easy it is for your PC to get borked from like a power surge. All you need is one of these power surges and now it's going in the kitchen and it's
He
taking
slowly
knives
goes to the
out.
kitchen, grabs the knife to put it away, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden picks it up and turns towards you. You're like, oh my god, this is it. This is the
You
moment.
know what would be crazy? It does the dishes, and then it picks up the knife and it turns to you, and it like starts to move forward, and then it turns and says, "Just kidding," and then it goes and puts the knife away.
Wouldn't that be funny?
This is like
yeah.
the real life
Ha,
Karen
ha,
from
ha,
SpongeBob. Plankton's
When-
wife
Yes!
Karen. This is
Oh my
this is it.
gosh!
Yeah, wow. That sucks.
Honey,
The
I
worst
told
part
you.
would be the worst part would be with the scenario that you just said. If you didn't know that it had a microphone to speak to you, and it
Right.
grabs the knife and then it starts speaking to you, and you're like, I didn't know that it could talk.
Oh,
Wouldn't
people are gonna
that
put
be
their
funny?
ChatGPT to this thing real fast. Yeah, if they
Oh
buy
my
one of these,
gosh.
they'll hook
Oh
it up to it.
no!
Yeah.
Why? Look, we are living in dystopian times, man. Okay.
Yes.
Corporations are being as evil as possible. We've got AI growing like crazy, and at the same time, we have AI growing like crazy. Y'all are inventing life-size robots.
Yeah, murder
You're
robots.
a bunch of idiots. You're building the murder robots to put the AI inside
They
of.
have all the
We
ingredients
deserve it.
separated, and they just give it to everybody for a subscription model. There you go.
Honey, I told you I don't want Isaac making anything in the Instant Pot. That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Oh boy.
Oh man. All right. Well, that's a lot of fun. Let's get
It's
back
not.
to people. And that's
It's not.
Well, terrible influence. Dragon Master dropping 5 fake Wizards Live memberships. Thank you for that, Dragon Master. Appreciate that very much. You guys are turning the chat a little more green. Jacob Bauman for a 999 his first super chat to goal. Thank you. Yes, we have a goal up for today. Loved the Gears gameplay, Wizard, by the way. Yes, we had a good time with that. Let's see some more, maybe insane mode or multiplayer with your subs. I think we're gonna play through. I think I see him out there right now. He's out in the chat right now. Shout out Hypnotic. We're playing Gears 1 Reloaded on stream, and we'll be streaming that again soon. So it's a lot of fun. I think we're gonna play through Gears 1 first, and see what we're gonna do after that. I think we'll do something. But shout out, thank you for that, Jake. All right, Tom. It is time. We got the big topic we got to get into. We're going to be spending a lot of time on it today because there's a lot to talk about. Tom, take us to the news.
Let's just get straight to it. Sony to end physical PlayStation game discs for new releases starting in 2028. Hey, quiet down. So, as we called it last week, weeks ago, years ago, we have reached the age of your digital games. We will no longer have physical copies of games.
This is something that we've talked about on this show. I know 30 and I have talked about it. We've done videos on it. We've been talking about it since the Switch 2. Okay, when the Switch 2 was announced and everything with the game key cards. And yeah, we have been fast tracking in this direction. And it's and the companies, Sony, Microsoft, they have been waiting at the edge of their seats, and GTA 6 was the catalyst because GTA 6 dropped. It is completely digital. There's no physical edition, and it sold gangbuster pre-orders.
Potentially.
And because of that,
Not official yet.
it's not official, but it's seeming more and more likely.
Yeah, of course.
Because that is going to be such a historic game, sales wise, they're taking it as permission to move forward and end the physical release of games. Let's go to 30 first. Let me get your insight on this one. I mean, man, no more discs. What the heck are we doing?
See, a lot of people are just looking at this and going, "Oh, I haven't bought a disc anyway, so what's the big deal?" Right? Like your sons and daughters that they've grown up in a world in the last 15 years that they've never even owned a physical copy of a game. But the problem with this is this goes 100% to the publishers and the distributors now, which is Sony. Sony won't even create the disc because they make all their discs for the PlayStation, right? Everyone that makes a game goes to them, they print the disc and put it there. The biggest with this thing is preservation, competition, okay, and ownership. And I know ownership is a thing because of digital games. People are like, well, I don't own anything anyway, so what's the big deal? Without physical discs, we completely lose competition for prices. You want sales? Yeah, there's sales on PlayStation, there's sales on Xbox and stuff like that. But Best Buy, Target, Walmart, GameStop, all of these places had to compete with each other when they had games for sale. And that's what brought the price down. They had to print copies. And when they printed copies, they had to make a choice. How many copies do we need? This is why pre-orders started, right? So they know how many pre-orders to give certain stores. And then if they overprinted, they would have to sell them. Discounted rates, put them on sale, do all of these things. None of that exists anymore once Sony and Microsoft make fully digital copies of games, right? And they do this. I talked about this a little bit this morning on my show. They did this on purpose back in COVID when it started because they made a diskless version. That's diskless version and a disc version of the consoles. But surprisingly, they didn't have enough copies of the physical disc version of the consoles. They had plenty of copies of the digital version. Then they come out and say, well, more people bought digital games. Well, yeah, because they don't have a disc drive on the consoles that you sold them. So they have to buy digital. And so now they run reports and run these things and tell you that, well, more people buy digital games now than physical games. But you need choice. That is the biggest thing. We need the choice. If they want to go digital, fine, buy digital. But I still want the choice to buy physical. That's where my stance is.
Yeah, man. I'm with you there. Isaac, I know you've got some insight on this one.
Yeah, this one particularly bothers me because honestly, this is exactly what made me get rid of my PlayStation. Not the fact that they're getting rid of physical, but the fact that they kind of already got rid of physical, because you would get the game and that was basically just permission to be connected to the server to download the game. I hated it. I became an Apple user with computers solely because I hated how often Microsoft updated. It was every single time you'd turn it on, there's an update that's, $10 or 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes 3 hours. It was happening with my PlayStation 5 as well. Every time I'd turn it on, I'd be like, I'd have the desire to play, honestly, truthfully, most of the time, God of War, the 28 to 2021, 22, Ragnarok, right? I'd have the desire to play that after I beat Astrobot. And I was like, I'm excited to play it. And then it would say, okay, well, now you have to wait 45 minutes. Now you have to wait 3 hours. And like, I'm connected to Ethernet. It's just because you're asking me to upload or download 121 gigabytes of updates to this program. It's so annoying. So that honestly made me get rid of it. I really feel like, based on what I'm seeing, from people talking about this, people are very upset by this. I think PlayStation, because they are a public company, they're constantly thinking about their bottom line and how do we get more money, because they always are. But truthfully, this is the conversation that you bring up, Wizard, of if you can sell a game, if you can sell 3 games at Target for $60, or you can sell 2 games at $80, what's the right option? And I think that's the same question we have to ask here. And I think PlayStation kind of went back and forth, knowing that they were going to lose sales by doing this, but willing to lose console sales because they know enough people are willing to tolerate this. I, for one, wasn't. I got rid of my PlayStation because I couldn't handle it anymore. But it seems like they've done enough research to validate it in their own mind.
Yeah, I have here. This is a tweet from Dustin Furman, and I saw this, and this was really important. I wanted to pull up, and it plays into exactly what 30 said a minute ago. With look, so you have Astrobot at $60 digital. This never goes on sale. Like, no, they don't discount Astrobot. At most 10%. At most it'll be a 10% discount. But Amazon here, they got inventory. They're going to put it on sale, which means you're going to be able to get the game, 35% off. If we just scroll down the line, God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, okay, well, it's included on the PlayStation Plus, or nope, it's full price, $70. Or you can get it for $32 physical. So now there is no longer a reward for waiting. There is no, you don't own anything anymore. Like, that's the big part of it. There is no collectors. You're done. You're not collecting anything anymore. Any kind of problems that you may have, technical problems. Let's say your account is banned. Oh, well, all of the games you bought too. Yeah, those are gone forever now as well. Yeah, so Ragnarok on sale. Gran Turismo 7, another Sony exclusive, doesn't go on sale on their platform. You get on Amazon, $38. And the list goes on. Last of Us gets discounted sometimes, but not nearly as much as everything else. And then, boom, there you go, on sale at Amazon. This is going to kill competition. It is totally killing the secondary market. Mm-hmm. And it gives them way more control. And I saw a comment out there about this that is really important for us to discuss. But 30, does this not allow Sony games to be shipped half-assed? Does this not open the door for them to ship incomplete games even more often now?
Well, sure, because they can go up to the point of even past launch of gold, right? Because they can just patch it day one, day zero, whatever you want to call it, right? So they can just this incentivizes people. Oh, if we can't fix it, don't worry about it. We'll just send it out anyway, and you're going to pay full price because you have no choice. There is no choice, and this is why I don't understand. A lot of people be like, "Well, suck it up, Buttercup." They've been having digital games. There's always been choice. You could buy the physical copy still to most of the games out there, right? There's digital versions and there's physical, but people don't want to wait because they don't want to go to the store because convenience. Convenience is a big part of this, right? Well, people love having convenience until it gives too much away, and by the time they realize it's given too much away, it's too late to change anything and fix anything.
So I have two questions based on this. The first one is, what does this mean for GTA 6? Because if they're actually getting rid of it, GTA 6 has a huge economy that's built on the ability to play this game. I know that they said they're doing the digital only game at release, but it almost makes me wonder if they're just going to cancel the actual physical one altogether because it's almost not necessary starting in less than 2 years. And truthfully, 2 years out of a 13-year lifespan, let's say they just mimicked from 5 to 6, 2 years is, less than 10%. Do we actually care? Does it matter? So that's one question.
Well, we've gotten a kind of a follow-up from then of their 2K hasn't actually completely confirmed that they're even doing a physical release.
Mm-hmm.
It is just speculation based on conversations that, they might ship physical games. They might start shipping physical in December. But we don't actually have a complete confirmation of that at this point. There is the other side of this, though, right? So we talked, there's the secondary market goes away, transfer of games, giving games to friends, that goes away. It does, allow them to ship incomplete games even furthermore now, right? Now you don't have to worry about putting anything on the disc. And the excuse is going to be, games are larger now, so we can't ship them on the discs because, the discs aren't able to cover the whole game. That's just an excuse. We have seen with games for years now that they ship unoptimized, massive data points for games. They don't need to be that big. They don't need to be overloaded like that. If you optimize the games better, you could ship them better. But it is almost as if they ship games in states where it's intended to take up more of your hard drive space, so that you have to choose and you're stuck playing their game more often. That is a conspiracy that I completely believe in when it comes to Call of Duty games. Yep. Those games are massive and they eat up your hard drive. They are massive for a point. Well, what's the point? Yeah, they're the only game on your hard drive. I don't have any evidence of that one, but I do believe that conspiracy. Okay, well, the next part of that, and Tom, I think you have another article we could pull up here, but what about other stores that sell games? Or specifically companies that only sell games? There's a few. I mean, we've got GameStop. We've got GameFly, the formerly like a Netflix. They would ship games out in the mail. What about limited run games? That's their whole point, is they produce physical released games. And I think that's a whole other conversation to be had here. GameStop is not hurting after Sony kills discs, and there's a good reason why. Okay, well, let's see why. Tom, you want to take us through it?
Figures.
Sure. Software sales are the smallest part of GameStop's business. After Sony announced that it would stop supporting physical discs starting in January 2028, many expected GameStop's stock price to take a hit. After all, the company is known to drive revenue from new and used game sales. However, GameStop is not hurting today. Actually, GameStop's share price is up. Why is that? Whereas GameStop's business was once mainly focused on selling game software, that's no longer the case. The store still sells new and used games, of course, but for GameStop's latest reporting period, software sales were actually the smallest part of the company's overall business. For the 13 weeks that ended May 2nd, 2026, GameStop reported software revenue of $152.7 million, making up just 18.3% of GameStop's total revenue for the period. This includes new and pre-owned games along with digital games. For the same period the year prior, software sales were $175.6 million, or 24% of GameStop's total revenue for the quarter.
All right, let me stop you there because I don't know this. how would GameStop be selling digital games? Wouldn't they just be giving you a case with the
No.
the code in it?
They just sell the
Online.
cards.
They sell the
there's
code,
cards. Yeah, they have the codes inside the game. It's like inside the store itself. They're like gift cards, basically.
Like when you know when you go to Target and like buy like the tech section, they have all of the cards sitting out there. It'd be like that.
Yeah, but why would anybody do that versus just go on to like the the store, the e-store?
They're there. That's it. That's why they're like
They're
there, and they're like, oh, well, we have it. You
convenient.
can buy it right here.
Mom,
It's just convenience
wow.
of being right there.
But also, it's like your older generation, your mom, dad,
Sure.
grandparents. It's like, oh, I could just get this for Johnny, and he can play Stardew Valley. You know, that's
That's a great old person voice.
Notice
what
he
they're going.
just said mom and dad. You don't even have to be old. You just have to have a child.
No,
to
I
qualify
said
for
Yeah.
that voice.
I said grandma.
All right, Grandpa.
I did say grandma. Oh, little Johnny loves his farming simulators. During the latest quarter, GameStop's biggest revenue drivers was collectibles, which amounted $348.9 million, or 41.8% of total revenue. So almost 50% of GameStop's revenue is collectibles now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to say it. I would wager the bulk of that collectibles is trading cards.
Yes.
I would put money down that it is trading cards, especially with this whole initiative that they're pushing with buying PSA slabs and selling the graded cards. I would wager a hefty chunk of that is just trading cards. But that still is a crazy metric to see. Almost half of their revenue is just collectibles now. They're not GameStop is not your stop for games. It's not.
Not anymore. Okay, so we have a company like GameStop is going to be able to pivot into something. Whether they survive on that, we don't know. There's arguments to be made. It's mostly just speculation when it comes to GameStop, right? Like, what are they going to do? And are people going to go there less if there's no mental connection with games being physically present there? When you hear GameStop, it's for video games. Unless they're going to pivot into something else. I mean, I'm very curious to see where they're going to go with that. But limited run games, I think they're cooked. Gamefly, I think they're cooked. And a number of other companies that just focus on physical editions, they are cooked. I don't know what you're going to do.
So I still see a reality where they're going to be doing physical editions, but it's all just going to be the collector's one. It's going to be the steelbook cases that just comes with a like key card, because that's actually something that they've been doing, I want to say, for the past like 5 years, is they'll have the big collector's edition with the steelbook in it, and there is no physical disc for that steelbook. It's almost always a digital key card. So what we're going to see is, oh, well, you still go to GameStop and Best Buy and Target if you want to get the big collector's edition. If you want to get the God of War Ragnarok with the Thor hammer, you still go to your box store for that. But for your regular games, you don't worry about that.
Well, right, but
you mean the four.
Did it not have a digital disc?
No disc in there.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
disc.
Yeah.
Why? What's the point?
So
Yeah.
So what they're going to do though, once they have full control, once 2028 comes out and Xbox and Sony are not making physical products anymore, then they can all of a sudden just change the way you purchase it. Where if you purchase that license, it's only one account. So if your gamer tag, let's say you have a household of 3-4 kids, you're going to have to buy 3 to 4 copies per person. One per person. Okay, because that's how they're going to do this. This is how they're going to do this, right?
Oh yeah.
They've already talked about how you have to have an email to sign into certain things. That's how they're going to make the numbers go up, right? Sort of like what Netflix did. Remember where they didn't do you couldn't do the password sharing, and then everyone had to go back and they raised it and it shot up to like 200 million people. That's what's going to happen once it's all digital, right? And what Tom's saying about collector's editions and stuff, that's fantastic, right? There's still a collector's edition of physical, but now it's a premium price. Right now, it's no longer just a standard video game that you can purchase. You have to buy it along with the statue and the map and all this other stuff. So you have to pay a premium price. So if you're a person that does the collection and stuff like that, the only win here I see from anybody is the people doing the secondhand market, where the collectibles that go to the conventions and stuff like that, because now all that stuff goes up in value even more for them, because now it's a relic. It's like a museum, because there is no preservation. There's like a whole time frame 20 years from now, 30 years from now, they're gonna be like, what was it like playing games in the 2020s? Be like, I don't know, it doesn't exist. Nothing exists. Like, it's just completely wiped from the map.
So 30, I'm actually really glad you brought that up, because I think that I have two things to say based on that. My first one is, look at how far we've come in just a year, right? It's been a little bit over a year since the Switch 2 launched. And when that happened, people were like, game key cards, no way, we can't do that. Now, if you look on X, people are simping, saying Nintendo's going to be the standalone console that sells physical media. They're like praising them to high heavens. But like literally 13 months ago, we were like, physical media is still necessary, and Nintendo was the enemy for going to game key cards. It's been less than 400 days. That's insane.
It only takes one thing, right? It was just horse armor, and then microtransactions and everything happened. Right. It's just one game that's digital, and now we're going completely digital, right?
Yeah. But so that brings up the question for me. We're all from New York originally. None of us live there now, but we're all from there originally. I know, sports isn't really a big thing for, the number of people that watch this, but the New York Knicks won the NBA championship. Yes, and I was talking to my dad yesterday. I said, I can't believe how quickly no one cares that the New York Knicks, for the first time in 53 years, won the championship. It was a big deal. Everybody thought it was going to be a big deal. 2 days later, they didn't care anymore, right? I said that the news cycle just moves so fast. So to answer your question, 30, of like when people say, well, what was gaming like in 2020? It makes me wonder how quickly people are going to ever forget, or they just like, selective deniability that like gaming was ever physical and it was better that way. They're just going to settle for the new way, and it's digital just because that's the way it has to be. There's going to be no pressure for them to ever go back that way, ever do that again, because it's just like accepted right away.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny, the whole Knicks thing. Yeah, they destroyed the city, and then after that, everybody forgot because the city was just destroyed.
Well, no,
everybody's like, "Oh, we can't talk about that."
It was, it wasn't 2 days for the person who had their car flipped and needed to get an insurance claim. It's been going on since then for that person. But no, I think. All right, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Tom.
Piggying back off of kind of what like Isaac is saying, I see, how this is, for some people, this is just going to be like a blip in the radar of, it's like, oh, well, it wasn't anything like that. I foresee in the way that like card games blew up in popularity and are being scalped to high hell, I see if we are looking at a full drought of physical game media, if game media no longer exists, everything retro is going to jump up in price.
Right.
I think this is now going to lead down where your NESs, your NES cartridges are, it's still considered a collectible right now. It is now going to be put into that like, oh, this is a time of ancients. It's something you'd show your kid, be like, back in the day, we used to have these. You had to buy these at the store. Like, that's where we're going to be going into, and as a result, anything that has a physical copy is going to jump up in value. And then the other thing I feel like we need to talk about, and I don't think we really touched on, is that the problem is that PlayStation just this year has kind of already been playing their hands on how maybe shady's maybe not the word, and maybe malicious isn't the right word, but they've already shown that they do not care about like, putting the consumer first by any means. We had earlier this year where if you're in different areas, you're getting different deals. Mm-hmm. They may charge you more depending on where you're located. So they've already shown they're willing to do that. There was the whole DRM issue. Everyone, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Well, what happens when this comes back around? You can't do anything about it because it's all digital. Wizard put on Twitter, like a month or so ago, you had the DRM issue. You had the game downloaded. You didn't have the Wi-Fi, and it said, sorry, you can't play. It's like, I downloaded the game. So now they are now in full territory to do whatever they want, and as long as people are buying, nothing's going to be done about it.
That's right.
Actually, I'm pulling that up now because I want to talk about that for a moment, because that did happen to me. This whole like, oh well, it would never happen to me. We're always on the internet. It's like, are we? Are you sure about that? Because it doesn't take that much for there to be a problem.
I do see a way where, as long as there's choice, like imagine, I know there's digital Pokemon cards, right? There's like the game that you can play on your phone, and then there's physical
the
Pokemon
little
cards, right?
Yeah.
Right. So there's choice. Like if you want to collect, maybe you're not that, you don't have that much money, you're hard up for money. You can play the digital game and you can collect Pokemon cards that way. Obviously, you can't really trade them and stuff like that, but you can collect them, right? You could play the game. Can you trade on the?
You can on Pocket. They've opened it up that you can trade them. Certain rarities you can't trade, but like you can. It is very. There's limits to it, but
there's limits.
It is accessible because they give you free packs.
Perfect example.
There's an accessibility to it. Yeah.
Right. So you have a choice. You can go and buy physical Pokemon cards or the digital. Right. Vinyl records. If you want the song, people are printing vinyl records again. You can get it on disc. You can get it digital. You can get it on vinyl. There's options. There's choices. With video games, there's physical and there's digital right now. But once they got rid of that physical, everyone's like, oh, I'm always going to buy physical until you can, which is what's happening in 2028. And then what happens? You have no choice. That's the biggest thing that people don't understand. They're like, it's no big deal, right? The neighbor's house is on fire. My house is not on fire. But then when your house is on fire, you're like, help me. My house is on fire, right? And that's what's happening right now in the gaming industry.
This right here. This is insane. So I purchased the James Bond game digitally on PlayStation. I installed it, and then I took the console with me. I had to go on a trip. I was in a janky hotel, no internet at the hotel, but I set it up to my laptop. I brought my capture card, and I got this message: you can't use this content. Can't connect to the server to verify your license. Wait a while, and then try again. What are you talking about? Well, I installed the game. I bought the game. I installed the game. Why? And of course, this is an issue from weeks ago now with this particular DRM problem. This is a DRM problem. It's not going away. It's just getting worse. And I was just experimenting with it to see if I got flagged. I did. This is insane. So you know what, though? If we're moving everything to digital, gentlemen, if everything is going digital, and last week we had a big discussion on the Steam machine and what's going on with Steam, and then let's zoom out a little bit. Let's take a look at some competitors out there. If we look at Meta PCs right now, they are pushing this steamroller computer that they're building.
Way to steal SEO, guys.
So it's actually bigger than that. So they are. Meta PCs and other companies too are directly competing, not really competing, but directly participating in the new Steam ecosystem. And they're shipping PCs that are pre-built for gaming running the Steam operating system.
Nice.
Okay. So now we are at the dawn of the Steam OS gaming operating system happening. We know that PC gaming is pretty big. We know that people really like Steam. And so it comes down to a question, and I'd like to pose to you guys. If everything is just a computer now, because that's essentially what they're going to be shipping, just console computers, why wouldn't I just get a gaming PC? If everything is special, then nothing's special.
Yeah, you might as well, because you could do more with the PC than you can do with the consoles, right?
I think it has to do with
competition. There's still competition though on PC, because there's multiple stores that you can buy your stuff from.
I think it has to do with conditioning. I think that people have been told. I think that people have been told for so long that consoles and PCs are different, and people have picked a preference. And I think that's what people know. They know what their preference is. So I think you've got a large majority of people that are console gamers that have like an imaginary vendetta against PCs for a reason that would almost like mentally, internally never allow them to make the jump to a PC, even though it's exactly what you said. The case looking the way that it does, who cares, right? It's just the case. But the PlayStation has its own look. The Xbox has its own look. The Steam machine has its own look. realistically, if you put all of these in front of someone from the, early 1900s, they would just think all of them are witchcraft. They have no idea what the difference is. But like there's this mental block of people saying, well, this is clearly a console and this is clearly a PC. But realistically, they can do the same things. And honestly, probably the PC option can do even more because it can also be run as a computer, not just for games.
Yeah.
This is why Nintendo's
There's another-
so powerful, though, right? Because they've separated themselves from this high graphic fidelity stuff, and they've stayed in their lane, and that's why Nintendo still has a clientele.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said here. So this is from Colin Moriarty. There are no doubt a confluence of reasons why Sony is moving away from physical games for PlayStation 6, consumer habits and trends, cost saving, point of sale control, price structures, and so on. But I wouldn't underrate this reason either. Now, for those of you who know what this is referencing,
Yep.
this game here, Star Wars Racer Revenge, which is a port of an old Star Wars game, was shipped, and people were able to get their hands on this, and they were able to use it to get I believe it's the BIOS for PlayStation 5s. This particular game has contributed to why PlayStation 5 was jailbroken. And that came from a physical game.
Yeah, this game goes for pretty penny. I think it's like $200, $300 online because of it. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Now people are hunting after this game because then you could start experimenting with the PlayStation BIOS and more. And I think there's more to it. And you could hack the PlayStation. Sony hates that because then you're able to get things for free. Essentially, you're able to install your own games. You're able to modify the console. The way that you'd like to be able to, considering you're buying the thing. There's. You look at like phones, for instance, you look at Androids. It's like, yeah, you could do whatever you want to the Android. You look at iPhones and it's a little trickier, but it's not impossible to jailbreak iPhones. Sony hates being jailbroken, absolutely despises it, and people are really interested in doing that and being able to jailbreak the consoles. But yeah, man, I think that's, credit to Colin there. That is a very good observation. I think that's just one, but I think it's one data point, because if we look over here, and we pulled this up before, so this is PlayStation games and network service revenues by type yearly. Okay, now it's it's going to be a little hard for me to zoom in here because the screen won't allow me. But we could see here add-on content, hardware, digital store software, network services, other software, physical software. Now, at the top here, we see other software and physical software don't make that much money. Physical software just doesn't make PlayStation much money. But when we look at digital software, they're making quite a bit of money on it. They're making quite a bit of money on hardware, and add-on content, continues to be the king of this, chart here. But yeah, maybe it's just a dollar thing. Maybe it's a money thing. Oh, well, it's just for us to, we're balancing the checkbooks. We're going to kill the secondhand market, but it's just because we're balancing the checkbooks here. We're cutting costs down. And at the same time, setting up the pipeline to have even more control. It should be lost on no one that you're buying a license when you buy a game. You're not buying an actual game.
So what happens, because Sony, the same company that's doing all digital in 2028, they just removed 500 movies off of their film thing. All right.
Yes.
Why, as a customer, would I trust this company to go all digital? And I'm supposed to just take their word, trust me, bro, that you won't do the exact same thing you've done with movies because of licensing deals and franchise things or whatever else that you had to do. It doesn't matter if one person bought the movie off of Sony's site or a million people, right? You took the things that people bought, not rented, right? Bought, right? And then you just ripped it away from them. So now I'm supposed to be like, yeah, Sony, I trust you. I'm going to buy all your digital games on your next digital platform.
Right here, PlayStation is deleting 551 movies from customers' accounts, reminding us nothing digital is ever truly ours. And Tom and I talked about this, and I was like, I think it was Tom. You were telling me that this happened. I was like, oh, what are they just taking them off the store? And you're like, no, they're removing them from people's accounts. I'm like, what? So yeah, PlayStation, and it's like the next day after this. So it's the next day after they've deleted people's purchases. People bought access to these movies. They're deleting them permanently, and then going fully digital with their infrastructure. My friends, there is no reason to be a PlayStation gamer at all.
Mm-hmm.
There just isn't. There is no reason.
And this is not just a PlayStation Sony thing. This is going to happen across the entire industry. Make that perfectly clear. This is not a we hate Sony thing. Microsoft's going to be doing it. Nintendo's going to be doing it. They're all doing it.
But so
right.
that kind of brings up the question to me, because for any amount of time, if you've watched this, I'm a researcher. I'm always looking stuff up on the side. Everything is written in C++, Unreal Engine, Fortnite, everything. C++ is a relatively common language nowadays. I don't understand why there is not a competitor that's coming in to say, you know what, F it. I'm just going to take these games that are already in C++ and just build a machine that we can play these games on physical. I don't understand. Maybe that was the attempt with the Steam machine, but like $1,300 at cheapest is ridiculous. I know they say $1,249, but by the time you pay tax, it's a $1,400 machine. Like, if it doesn't have to be, I don't understand why nobody's just coming in and saying, like, I am ready to build our own. The closest I saw was there's that Silicon Valley billionaire who created that mod retro company that we looked at 2-3 months ago. But all he did was rip off the Game Boy Color. And he said, great, now we have physical again. But it's not going to matter because you're not going to get access to the games anymore. So it's kind of like, what was even the point with that? I don't understand why there hasn't been someone, maybe Asus or like, one of those smaller computer companies. They've got the parts, just make it for games. There's like a whole market of people. I don't know how many people are watching this right now, but there's hundreds and thousands and millions of people across the world that are frustrated by this. It seems like there's a huge market opportunity that just no one's willing to take advantage of. And I don't understand why.
What I hope the result of this is, and by the way, as we said a moment ago, Xbox is doing the same thing with Project Helix. They've reportedly fully digital only, which means it's a computer with no disk drive. What I think is going to be next is the EU is going to get involved, because the United States ain't going to get involved. They're not going to do nothing to help this.
Yeah, there's no customer protection here.
No customer protection in the US. But the EU might have something to say about it. I think the jury is still out on this one. But, gentlemen, final thoughts on the digital-only future of gaming?
It killed it for me. I'm good to go. I see people all the time. I'm going to hit the backlog. I think that's almost what I have to do, because I don't think we could ever play through the backlog entirely. I just think we have to be okay with the fact that we're not going to get faster games, better graphics, higher FPS. We just exist in the world that's already been created, and maybe that's where we end up having to stay.
There's a lot of games out there we haven't had the chance to play yet, and I'm looking forward to playing some of those.
My
Tom, you were going to say something?
Oh, sorry, Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
I got one word. Yikes.
I have a quote.
Any final word?
Yeah, it's like Andy from Toy Story 2. You know when Woody's broke and he just drops it down and says, oh, he's broke. I don't want to play with him anymore. That's basically how I feel about console gaming.
Yeah, man. It's time, and it's not going to get cheaper to get gaming PCs. Guys, I don't know. I have no affiliation with Meta PCs. I have no affiliation with any of these tech companies or computer companies, but, maybe it's something to start looking into, because, if you want to keep playing games into the future, we're going to need to upgrade now while we still can, while it's still financially viable. And we will see, man. We will see. But all right, let's get back to the people. I hit to the news, so we need to go. We got to play the clip. All right, we're back.
Oh boy, Wizard, what was our goal today?
Oh, our goal, yes. Oh, so if we hit the super chat goal, which we're close. We're very close to the super
right.
chat goal. We have
Uh,
here
Tom doesn't seem like he
tracked
likes it.
down.
Whatever the goal was.
Well, he
I
tracked it down.
found I found the Pop-Tart flavored Pop-Tarts Carnage strawberry toaster pastry flavored iced tea liquid death.
Oh boy.
I feel like
yeah.
we need to preface this. We do need to preface this by saying I had not realized that this has 43 milligrams of natural caffeine, and I really don't want to have to down 43 milligrams of caffeine at 8
Well, I don't
p.m.
think you have to chug it.
Well, I don't. I needed to double check because the last time we did this, I had to chug the dirty Mountain Dew, so I didn't know what we were
All
doing.
right, well, that
again.
was you didn't
That
have
was
to chug
awful.
that. Okay, actually, you did have to chug. Wasn't it terrible?
Yeah, I went and bought one because I was just like wondering how bad that punishment was for Tom, and that was 2 weeks ago, and I'm just like I'm still disgusted by it. I feel even more dirty because I used to work with Mountain Dew, so I feel like I should have told them like never do this, but
Man,
I think you have to chug it, Tom. I think
the
it
things
has to
we
be
do.
done.
All
Oh,
right.
I don't know. That sounds
All
that
right.
sounds rough.
Did
Come
you hit
on,
it?
43
you hit the goal?
milligrams. That's nothing.
No,
I like
we're
it.
at 14. We're at 14 to 20. We're close. We are
Okay.
close.
All right, well let's
get to the people,
let's get to these supers. Coming up, we got Jacob Bauman joining the membership. Thank you, Jacob.
Welcome,
Shout
Jake.
out.
Having you here.
Welcome to the membership.
We got
Welcome back, I guess.
extruded plastic dingus for a 999. Anyone happy yet?
And it's Gumby.
And it's Gumby.
Good old Gumby.
Anyone happy yet? Oh, I'm beaming with joy.
Well, okay, so based on this question, is there anything that any of you are excited about in the gaming industry? I think the fact that we're all sitting here going,
No.
No.
I feel like that's
Now I
all.
pull up my list. We have Tom and I. We just put together the calendar for what the year, like what's coming out for the rest of this year, and there's a few.
I mean, I was looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 6 physical copy, but that's not happening.
you know,
Godzilla remastered.
Yes, Godzilla. You know, I did the Kickstarter for Mina, and I'm very happy with how that turned out. But I also remember there was like this fishing, this like I think it's like the Big Catch or something. I think that may be slated for this year that I ended up putting the Kickstarter in for too. That looked like a lot of fun. I think that may be either this year or next year, so I'm excited for that. But like nothing from the AAA industry am I excited for.
We have got Pow World officially dropping in a couple of days.
Yeah, the 1.0.
I'm excited about that. I love playing Pow World.
Wait, that game never came out?
Nope, it was early access.
It was technically early access, so it wasn't
That
the full
lawsuit
game.
existed just based on early access?
Yes, man.
That's
They-
insane.
They had to
I
wait
never
to
knew
see how
that.
much money they made first before they did it. And they're not even suing. They weren't even
Wow.
suing for that much. They were only suing for like, I think it was like 16,000 or 30,000, something like that.
Yeah, it's what the wizard said at one point. He said sometimes the lawsuit is the punishment because of all the fees that are
lawfare.
associated with it.
It was
Wow,
a law
that's
fair.
crazy.
I'm still excited for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave.
I
think that's going to be very good. I hope it is.
Raingav 248 for a 5. Sony finally took the dog out back. This will start a domino effect. Nintendo will be the last to do it. They always take their time with this. Yes and no, because in sort of a roundabout way, they were kind of the first to start it with the game key carding. You know, Pokepia. There's another game that's coming out that like is technically I think there's another like main title Nintendo game that is game key carded, but I could be wrong on that. There is like a big game that may be a Switch 2 exclusive that I could have
Splatoon?
sworn. No, I think that is on the copy, but they will probably be the last to fully usher it out. But they kind of there's an argument to be made that they were one of the people to usher it in.
PlayStation was shipping games not fully on the disc before. Let's
Yeah.
not just Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo's been doing
Yeah,
it for
that's
the
fair.
Switch. They started it on the Switch years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, Destiny even did
But-
that. They put stuff out without it on the disc. Yeah.
Right.
Rangav for a 5. With all of this, it makes me wonder how much money did the consoles lose since releasing these consoles during the pandemic? That's a
good question.
That is a good question.
I don't.
What do you
I don't know
what
if
do
they
you mean?
did.
What do you mean money lost? They've been making profit off of the consoles for the last, I think, 2 generations. I think PlayStation 4 was the first one where they started making money per sale. They weren't losing money on each console anymore.
I mean, even here, even taking it back to 2019, they have only grown. This is PlayStation, and we're hiding Isaac here. They've only grown in revenue generated. Like the pandemic was incredible for gaming
Oh yeah,
because of how much money it brought in, and even
They
now,
used
and
to-
and growing from it.
yeah. They used to lose money back in the day, but then they made money, and then they don't want to lose money. There was a report today that said they are not cutting anything for us. Right? They're not taking all the cost up front for themselves. They're going to pass it along to us.
Yeah, they are not taking a loss on consoles anymore. I'm sure they may have in the past, but thank you for that.
Reduosaurus 2251 for a 5. If gamers are dumb enough to pay $100 for a game they won't own, GTA 6, and are enough to pay for no disc consoles, then Idiocracy will fully be here. As much as we're going into Idiocracy,
Well, Miyamoto has Crocs, and those were
He
the
does
shoes
have
of
Crocs?
Idiocracy. So
he's got his Crocs. He's
I
got
like
his
Crocs.
his Mario Crocs.
exactly.
His Mario Crocs. No, I don't think we're going into, as much as we're like going into Idiocracy, I think we're going into we're going just pure techno feudalism. Like that is where we're going. It's less of just like, oh well, everyone's going to be stupid. It's like, no, the masses will be stupid, and then they're just going to be extorted by corporations, like they're doing right now.
Right.
That's been going on a while.
Like they're doing right now.
Welcome to Brondo. Love you.
Yep.
Bees 8277 for a 5. Start killing games. Sony initiative.
It's funny.
There's always the opposite. I love it.
Hell
Hey,
yeah, we got.
just
What?
no. Go ahead.
We got John for a
Let's do
5.
this one.
Hit the nail on the head. Complete monopolization of game sales by these companies should be illegal.
It should.
I almost feel like they never would, because the government would justify by saying, well, you don't have to have a PlayStation.
That's correct.
You could get an Xbox. So they're justifying the product as not being a monopoly because there's alternatives to play different games, although essentially it's a monopoly if you want to play that game. That really sucks. I'm really disappointed in that.
Yeah, man. I seriously think people are about to start asking themselves a very serious question when it comes down to the next generation. If everything is a PC, why not just get a PC? All right, before we continue, I wanted to pull this up because here is the important updates. News on physical discs for new games, news on PlayStation Store and PS3 and PlayStation Vita. Oh yeah, they're shutting down the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita stores. So there's that. And then notice what wasn't announced here. There's no games. There's never any games. PlayStation's got no games.
No limits.
That
No
is
limits for PlayStation.
awesome. It gets a like from me. Awesome. Anyway, back to the people.
Liked in real time.
Yeah.
We got Kellamore for a $4.99. All digital makes it easier for them to require you input your government to prove how old you are. Then they will track you and mod your social score.
I've actually heard that with GTA 6, they just haven't announced it yet, but there are people that are working under the assumption that they're going to require you to use an ID to access the game. Like
That'd be
before
interesting.
you can
It's on
even
the way.
play it.
Yeah,
But
that'll be
but
interesting.
think about it.
Yep.
You say it's on the way. That's true. But this game's coming out in November, which means we might have 4 months until that is the only option moving forward. Think about, we talk about the game key cards less than 13 months ago. Like it used to be technology doubled in like effectiveness or speed every 2 years. Now it doubles like by the week, by the month. It's insane. 4 more months of life as we've always known it in human history before you have to give an ID for everything.
I mean, hey, we saw at the beginning of the stream that there is an Isaac robot. Anything is possible.
I heard Meta PC was making the steamroller. It was actually called the Isaac 1.0, but then they saw the robot.
Oh, see, there you go. Covered me harder, Daddy.
Covered me harder, Daddy.
Oh boy, Tom, that sounded way too much like Thor from Ragnarok.
Okay.
Norm Al Man for a 10 says the upside to going fully
like the
digital is that the woke slop will go away, leaving the good games that have physical copies, meaning future game devs will learn to make video games from good games. I don't know if that's the reality that's going to play out. I don't think that that's what happens here.
Look, digital games are not bad. It's the way they're going about it makes it bad, right? Because smaller independent studios, they don't have the money to make the physical copies, hence why they have limited runs and stuff like that. Digital copies for smaller independent games are fantastic. But when you're being forced, again, to only do this and they can't do anything else, that is the problem when there is no choice. That is the biggest problem that we have going on here with the businesses.
Yeah, I like the optimism. To have optimism in times where it feels like there is no optimism. That's good, but I don't think that that's going to play out. I think there's going to be less games. I think we are still going through a contraction. However, the signaling of no more physical media, the signaling from Xbox that we didn't even get to cover, but like that more studios and more games are on the chopping block. I mean, IO Interactive is getting the cut. State of Decay might be in danger, so Xbox is cutting more things. Whereas we talked about contraction, now I'm thinking we might be on the edge of a collapse of a gaming crash. That is seeming more and more in play if the contraction play that they're making doesn't work out.
I just want to take this opportunity to apologize for misleading the people last week by saying that the console war is back, because it made it 1 week and PlayStation just murdered the whole thing. I'm sorry. They Minecrafted the whole thing. It's just gone.
In Fortnite.
Yeah.
They fell and
I love this one.
This is it. Dude, this is it, man. This is literally it. I like the Reggie popping up on there. Oh man,
what's wrong with
exactly what's going on.
But thank you, Norm Al Man, for the 10.
Al Man, thank you.
We got Marky X for a 5. Coming from tabletop, out-of-print games can fetch a pretty price. So scarcity on physical video games will jump up the price 100%. 100%? Yes, that is likely what we're looking at.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's going to be important. Hey, if you have video games, hold on to them. If you are collecting games, get them now. Prices are about to go up on collecting
that Concord physical copy is going to shoot up in price.
Yeah. Jeff Keighley just
It is a
that,
collector's
so...
item.
Oh, I know. I don't think value's there, though.
A high guard.
Yeah. Welcome to High Guard.
But
value of Concord game PS5.
Tom, what you got?
Well, I was gonna say like akin to Concord, but not really akin to Concord. There was the Godzilla game for the PS4 that they had such a very limited run of when they were printing it. So that game right now, if you want to buy a copy for it, you're looking at like $200, and it's just the PS4 Godzilla game. It's not that great. It's like oh sure it's Godzilla, but like it's not a good game by any means. But even that, $200.
Oh, see.
The graded price of Concord is $175.
Dude, the whole grading is such a scam. Oh my gosh.
What's the cost
get
to
it
grade
new.
one of these though?
It depends on the condition of it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. That's my dream now, is to get Concord and then pay to have it graded. exactly what we're gonna do.
Well, it's scarcity. There's only one in existence that's ever been graded.
No, you have to buy up everyone else. It's like a Highlander. You're gonna have to get rid of everyone else just so your copy can be one. There only be one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Marky, that's a very good point. Yes, tabletop. Physical editions are going to go up in price. Peace with War for a 20 banger says, hello Wizard. I'd gladly pay the price of the Steam machine for a console that would play modern games without downloading the game. What about you guys? So I recently fixed up a computer tower that I could use as a Steam machine, and so far it's been pretty nice. Mostly because I have gotten felted by being a PlayStation 5 owner this year 3 times too many, and then after that it was like, nope, I'm done. It was Crimson Desert. My Crimson Desert experience was garbage. It was a terrible experience. Ruined the game for me. Then it was everything that happened with James Bond. And then we had a couple other problems too. I'm like, it is actually slow. So what's crazy is I have since played games on like Steam that normally I never would have. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these things load fast. They're cool. The Steam controller is really awesome. That's nice, man. That's really cool. I wish the Steam machine was a little bit stronger to match the price point. That's what I would say. What do you guys think?
I almost think people don't buy systems anymore based on how powerful they are. I mean, I know people, like, we talk about it and people would love to. I think people buy things and prices are put in place based on FOMO. So you pay like the premium for like, I don't want to miss out on this thing. You're no longer paying for the specs of what is, which is just like this really weird dynamic because I mean, pre-pandemic, obviously a lot of things changed with, with RAM and memory shortage and all that stuff, if those actually exist. But now you just pay to be able to say, I've played it, but you can't play it without it. And they know that, so they're just charging you, up the wazoo because they can. So I would never get the Steam machine at that price. I was excited about it when it was at like the $750 originally, but once you add $300 onto it just cause, I can't get over what you talked about, Wizard, where the Switch 2 goes from $450 to $500 and it's the exact same box. Nothing changed.
Oh, dude.
Sitting in the back room. This feels like a $300 increase for that, not just a $50 increase.
Well, I guess that's another thing, man. It's like, hey, they're dropping Ocarina of Time remake. We got the Fire Emblem coming up. People are really liking Star Fox. Nintendo's dropping it. We got another Metroid is on the way. Like Nintendo, the one thing we've criticized Nintendo for pricing, but guys, I can't believe it. They're out greedying Nintendo. What are we doing?
It's a battle of greed.
What are we doing?
Nintendo's looking pretty good again.
they're being. It's like every other week. It's like no, Nintendo's the bad guy this week. Nintendo's the bad guy this. Oh no, Nintendo's the good guy. Maybe there's some.
That's why I'm saying I want sleep. It's just back and forth. It's a seesaw.
All I can say is I remember you being on SNH one week and being like, screw it, I'm gonna buy 20 Switch 2s. I'm gonna buy 15 Switch 2s. Screw it, I don't care anymore. And then that week they dropped something of it's like, oh, Nintendo's doing bad things again. Buckle in, buckaroos. It's like it's just a woo.
People were like, "Oh my god!" I was acting as if I was like all delirious and black pill.
What are we doing, man?
I'm buying 20 Switch 2s. I'm done, dude. They were like, "Oh man, I think we're really getting a Wizard." I was getting messages after that, like, "Dude, are you okay?" I'm like, "Have you ever seen wrestling at all?" Like I was acting. Okay, it was an acting.
No, that's great though. The idea of hearing someone say, "I'm gonna buy 15 Switch 2s" and having to be like, "Are you okay?
Hey, are you okay?" Oh man! Shout out War with Peace. Kyle for a 499 says, "We've seen that with Kindle, buy real books while you can. Buy real books
Yeah.
while you can. Thank you for that. Yes,
That's a perfect
very good
example. Yeah.
point.
See, you have choice. You can buy a physical book or a digital book. Yeah. There's two choices there.
But honestly, though, like used bookstores are great places, and like I feel like if we could just take that model and apply it to so many other things, where digital just was like the presumptive better option, we'd be a better place in the world. People would have more options; it'd be better. So sad to see that go everywhere except for books.
Rianne for a 499 says, all I'll say is these corporations are making communism seem like a good idea.
Oh no!
I don't know if I would take it that far. I think this is all right. We do have other topics we got to get into, but I really like you guys are sending in really great discussions, and we need to have these discussions. This is a really big point. What we're seeing is not something that requires the replacement of communism, replacement with communism. Okay, so let's be super clear on that. What we're looking at is the mistake. It is the fault of the buying class.
Yeah.
The buying class is at fault. It is, and that's not to say that Sony isn't evil. Sony is evil. Nintendo does evil things too. Xbox is Microsoft, the richest company on the planet. They're not nice either. They're pretty crappy. You know, these are all pretty twisted companies that they don't look at you as individuals. They look at you as dollars and cents. And look at the GTA reporting of how many millions of copies they're saying have been sold already in pre-orders. It's like, oh, well, we need communism to fix that. It's like, no, we need an educated populace. We need an educated population that holds their money, that refuses to just keep consuming. I mean, that's the problem. It's not a matter of like, oh, well, we need to upend the entire system. It's like, no, we need to educate people so that they stop blindly consuming. That's the problem.
Yeah, be a customer, not a consumer.
Be a customer, not a consumer. Yeah, that's a good point. Yes. So thank you for that. Awesome point. I'm glad we were able to talk about it. Evil Strange for 199 says, wait until money is all digital.
Ah.
Hey.
Venmo.
I mean,
honestly, most money is
I'll
digital
still be
though.
poor.
If you think
Yeah, I'd
about
still be
it.
I
You've got that cool mug though, so you're good.
That's right. Yeah. Rianne for a 499 says best game this year is going to be Trails in the Sky second chapter. Also Ace Combat 8 and Captain Tsubasa World Fighters. Hey, look, I just got Ace Combat 7 gifted to me from one of the viewers, and I will be playing that before eventually getting 8 so we can review it. So looking forward to that. Thank you. Calamore for 499 says chugging is the only options besides it's too damn hot to not chug. So damn hot the guys in the robes are bursting into flames. Hey Tom, we hit the goal.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are we gonna do this?
Yay!
All right.
Wait, we're gonna get the crack.
Get the crack.
And this just turned into an ASMR channel.
No,
You gotta do the fingernails like.
Ooh.
Watch the first.
Oh.
Gotta watch their faces for the very first sip.
Oh!
Oh, damn it!
I wasn't ready for that.
There you go.
Oh,
Tom's going in.
You gotta taste it first. You gotta.
It went down the wrong pipe.
What does it taste like? A dirty sock? What does it taste like?
Yeah, gym sock, right? Oh yeah.
It's like extremely artificial strawberry.
Pop-Tarts, like the strawberry inside of Pop-Tarts.
Oh no! There's like a pastry flavor to it. There's like a pastry after effect.
Like a day old pastry? Like what?
It does taste, no, it tastes like a Pop-Tart. It's bad. That's not supposed to be a drink. I don't like that. That's not what it's.
Drinks.
What does this have in it?
Actual Pop-Tart.
No, actually, it's
Did that come in like Did that come in like a 12-pack?
6-pack.
Oh.
Okay, can you guys save one for when I see you in 2 weeks? at the game exchange. I really would like to try one.
Don't worry, Isaac.
Right.
I don't
Oh my
think
gosh,
they're
it
gonna drink the
does.
rest
It
of
has
them
the
without you.
after.
See? All right,
As
let's
soon
do
as
it.
we're off tonight, they're gonna both throw them back while playing games.
This is unique. I don't recommend it, but it's a unique experience. Wow, this is a beverage experience I've never had. Again, I'm not recommending, but wow. I mean, it really kicks in the in after of like the Pop Tart flavor.
I want to see a review on the review channel from Tom.
Yeah, I like the two things that are happening right now. Tom is like, Wizard's like, this is
Well, no, I
this is
just
not good. This is not good, but
No, it's because I just chugged it. So you got your, you won, chat. I chugged your Liquid Death, Pop Tarts Carnage.
Yeah, but at
Is it
first it's
sweet?
nasty.
I don't hate it.
It's I don't know how else to describe it.
It was better, I will say. It went down smoother than the Dirty Mountain Dew.
You take that back.
It was better than the Dirty Mountain Dew, but again, that's like, anything's better than the Dirty Mountain Dew. It's
can you taste the Pop Tart like cream on top? You know what I mean? Like that.
No, but you're missing it.
No,
You're definitely missing that.
No, but it's really funky because you do, like, reading the ingredients, you do get that this is a black tea. Like this is like a brewed black tea, and it just has that aftertaste of Pop Tarts. It's very weird. It's an experience more than like a beverage.
So
I don't hate it.
Would this pair well
that's my
with a
problem.
strawberry Pop Tart? Like if you had one in this hand and the drink.
I think it'd be too much Pop Tart, Isaac.
I didn't see too much Pop Tart.
I don't
I didn't
know.
realize this was a tea. You're right. You're
It's
right. Now,
it's
like that's why I'm like,
it's
oh,
an
it's
ice-
disgusting.
It's an
thinking
iced
it's-
tea. It's an iced tea. It's not a like a Coke or a caffeinated. Not,
Oh, see, I thought it was like a Coke. It's like tea.
No,
Okay.
no, it's a
Yeah,
it is,
there's no
it's
bubbles.
a canned tea.
Wait,
it's
there's
not
no
carbonated.
bubbles in it?
Yeah, it's not carbonated.
It's not-
it's
not
a tea.
carbonated.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you
Liquid
for
Death.
that.
Too bad,
Stick with what
Isaac.
you
They're
know.
saving one for you. You've already booked
You know
it.
what? Take it somewhere else. I'm good.
Just J10 for a 5 says, did you guys check out the consoles that Analog made? Also, how long before the randomizers get cease and desist letters? I can't speculate on the cease and desist. I'm surprised they're not getting cease and desisted already. I think it's only a matter of time. Nintendo loves taking those things down. All those companies do. Did he check out the consoles that Analog made? No, I've heard of them, but I haven't looked into it yet. I'll have to take a look.
Oh,
Thank you
dude,
for
they're a
that.
blatant ripoff from the Nintendo 64 and the Nintendo ones.
Oh,
this
no,
is the same as the mod retro that I was talking about.
Oh, these
because
are
they're-
the smaller console.
Right.
Yeah, they're handheld.
Right. Kellamore for a 5 says, damn it, I want the chug. If I have to, I will do it myself. Well, Tom did it.
I did it, Kellamore. I did it. I chugged the Pop Tarts Carnage Liquid Death tea.
Tiger King Rex Carter out there says, Wizard so negative. Shout out Tiger King Rex Carter. Happy to have you here, brother. Kellamore for a 499 says GTA 6 is a test run, and if you're not 18, you probably won't be able to play it. Also, if you get banned, it is from all Rockstar games. By the way, prepare to chug. Well, we did. We got the chug down.
did
We got
it.
the chug.
GTA, I think, is
Tom
banned
did it.
in 8 countries right now. I believe
That's
so.
crazy.
Yeah, man. That's what's going to be insane. It's like, hey, all of the games are digital. Okay, now verify your identity. Okay, now if you do anything wrong ever, you lose access to all of your games. At that point, it's like, okay, maybe bird watching is going to be a better hobby because gaming is busted, dude. Rianne for a 499 says, honestly, it might be cheaper for me to pick up shooting again. Actually, hey, yes. I mean, hopefully not heroin. You know, I hope we're talking about like.
I don't think that was the implication.
I just wanted to be sure.
You took that in a direction. Whoa!
Holy Christ.
It's the Pop Tart drink speaking. It's
that went
not.
from-
That was.
No, it's
I,
not Wizard.
That went from
saying
here to here real fast.
I'm thinking like, you know.
Listen, man, you read through the comments section enough and you realize people are talking about something. They are talking about A and you're on B, okay? We got to be very clear.
Tiger's
me of the
Tiger's
robot.
comment is you so negative. You just proved him. You just went straight to that.
No, I said I
Yeah.
hope it's not heroin.
That
That was a positive. I think that was encouragement.
that was like a needle drop there. That was. I hope it's not heroin. Like it was. That was a look down the barrel of the camera for that one.
I hope it's not heroin.
This was
Tom,
a, this was
we
this
have-
was a this was a Dare Act PSA. All right, let's. Thank you
Guys,
for your.
This was under the influence of
amazing
a Pop
support
Tart.
tonight.
So
You guys are awesome. Love this community. You guys are kick ass. We got news we got to get to. Tom, take us to the news.
There you go. Xbox testing disc to digital feature that converts physical game collections. So, getting right back into the whole physical digital conversation. Here's Xbox going, oh well, let's do something else. Let's try to, maybe if we introduce some transferring feature, we can make it work out. Microsoft is repeatedly testing a new Xbox feature that could make it easier for players to bring their physical game libraries into the digital era as the company continues preparing for its next generation of hardware. So this is kind of piggying back of the whole idea that the Project Helix, that's the next console? Project
Yes.
Helix? Project Helix is going to
That's
be without a disc tray. It's going to be digital only. According to a report from The
Allegedly.
Verge, allegedly, Microsoft has started internally testing a disc-to-digital system that would let Xbox owners convert eligible physical Xbox One and Xbox Series X games discs into digital entitlements tied to their Microsoft account. The feature comes as reports continue to suggest that Microsoft is moving toward an increasingly digital future for Xbox. So, all right, what exactly is it supposed to do? If released publicly, the feature would give players a way to keep access to their existing game collections without relying solely on physical media, particularly if future Xbox consoles no longer include disk drives.
So firstly, because this needs to explain what this actually means, right? Because on the Xbox One, they attempted to sell us a version of this where you would go to GameStop or Best Buy and you would buy the physical edition of a game, and then you'd come home, put the disc inside of the console, and then that disc wouldn't work anymore. So that was something that they tried to push with Xbox One, and there was massive backlash over it. So much so, with their whole DRM constraints, PlayStation dropped a trailer of how to share games with the PlayStation 4, and it's just two executives handing each other the disc. It's a 4-second clip. It made it made gaming history, but it looks like Xbox has. Guys, we are every possible article is just the worst corporate gaming nonsense of the past being drudged up like some kind of undead corpse. This is bananas. Tom, go ahead. Let's see what they're saying. 30, you got something that you...
no, I'll
Well,
wait.
If we paint it a little bit differently, maybe we could sell it to them again. Well, it's been a couple of years. If we just dress it up a little bit differently, maybe they won't notice it this time. But
Right.
Sure. Sources familiar with Microsoft's plan told The Verge that Xbox employees recently began testing the feature after references to enable disc to digital appeared in Xbox PC app code earlier this year. The feature reportedly works by having players insert a compatible Xbox One or Xbox Series X game disc into an Xbox console while signed into their Microsoft account. After installing and launching the game, Microsoft grants a digital entitlement linked to both the account and the physical disc. Unlike a traditional digital purchase, the entitlement remains connected to that specific disc. If the disc is loaned to someone else or sold, the digital entitlement transfers with it once another player signs in and uses the game. So literally, just what we were just it's if we change it a little bit, they won't notice this time, guys.
How are you going to retroactively? Are we finding out now? And maybe this is something I'm ignorant to. Are all of the discs ID'd internally?
Well, no, because up in the article it says specific discs. It does say
So specific discs.
Not all discs will be compatible with this thing.
So that means it would probably be with starting at a start date, moving now in the future. or something they would have
compatible-
been embedding into compatible. They would have been embedding this some time ago as like an anchor that they would
Sure.
be kicking back to in the future while they were still developing this software. That's insane, dude. I mean, that's that could be used to lock you out of your games too. So even if you buy a physical game, if you lose your account, in theory, they could find ways to make this like ways to lock you out as well. That disc, just because that disc could be blocked from being used in other places. If they could use it to open your disc, open the game in other places, they could use it to lock it down too. It's
You actually put it in the machine, and they actually it's a patented design by Microsoft. They have a nail inside the thing. When you put your disc in, it just scratches the hell out of it, and that way you've downloaded it, but you can never use it again.
I would not be. I just wouldn't be surprised. It's like the nail comes up, one ring around it, and it's
it says complete. And you're like, oh
corrupts the
sweet,
disc.
I can play my game, and you look at it, and you're like, oh, all right, never mind.
It ruined the disc. What
It
happened
turns
to
it
my
from
disc?
a PlayStation disc size to a GameCube disc
Yeah.
size.
Here's your collectible. Here's your physical edition.
I mean,
Wow.
look, I do. This is not much better, but it is at least that if you have physical media and you wanted to insert it, like right now, I don't know if any of you guys do this. Over the years, I have hundreds, almost close to 1,000 like DVDs and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I back mine up. I make it, and it's on a hard drive, and I can rip it. You know what I mean? And that's my copy. I can do what I want with it. Right. That's what this is sort of like. Like if you get the new system, you can put your old disc in there. That way you don't have to keep inserting it out. You know, you can just put it in and download it onto the hard drive. I mean, obviously the hard drive space is going to fill up really quick if you're putting all your, your whole stack of games that you have are physical, but at least you could still use your physical discs in the new console potentially. Right. So.
Yeah, man, this is just one step closer to you have no control over your digital goods. And this is Microsoft, and we talk about Sony and how the whole digital only thing. All I think of is, what happens when they need to, like, you have to verify, right? Constantly verifying. Now you're giving them over biometrics. People lose access to their accounts all the time. People forget passwords all the time. Like, it doesn't take much to accidentally lock yourself out of an account. And that's a pain in the butt. But also look at PlayStation right now. Like, they have a whole exploit where if you just call customer support and say you're a famous person, they'll give you the person's account.
What?
Oh yeah, dude.
They didn't
This
fix
is a big
that?
story. Well, that was a couple weeks ago. We covered it here. It was with Colin Moriarty. They happened with him. They were calling up.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought it was like, I'm Will Smith, and then they just give you Will Smith's account or something like that.
Oh.
Like, I didn't know.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with Sony here. That's the hypothetical of what could have happened. But I just think we are losing more and more accessible control over gaming, to the point where it really comes down to the question has to keep getting asked. If everything is just going the way of a PC and using Steam, why wouldn't you just why wouldn't you just go to Steam? They have the largest library. They have the least amount of problems. They're privately held. It's a privately held company. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they're innocent or like they're a saint, but it's like, well, they're the least evil.
They do refunds.
They do refunds. They have a refund policy that's fair. So I don't. Yeah, Steam, and I see in the comments here. Yeah, GOG as well, like GOG, and you have the game, you have the installer for that game, man. So yeah, this one's a little crazy, but Tom, let's get back to the people.
Let's do it. We got Evil Strains for 499. What happens to your games if the corporation doesn't like what you have to say? Guess what the escalation of that is? We have Venmo until you don't.
Yep.
That's right.
That is
right.
It's bad. It's getting scary. It's getting scary. All right. Pulling up, getting back into the news. We got something as a bit of a follow up from last week.
Oh, is it?
It is actually it is. Wait, I'm just getting this ready here. Let's just get straight back into it. Utah reality TV star reportedly checks into
boy.
rehab facility. Taylor Frankie Paul also faces a new request for a protective order. So last week we went over Taylor Frankie Paul's season of what The Bachelorette is being aired. It was up in the
yes.
air. And
Is it? Has it started yet? Because
No,
I
it
want
hasn't
us to
started
cover
yet.
that.
She's not smiling.
I'm
in this
looking
picture.
forward to covering that.
No, actually, 30. That is her smile.
Is that her smile? That's her actual smile.
Yeah. Man, she
All right.
looks
So
rough.
could you just imagine that face? Okay. Throwing a steel chair at your head. Because that is what happened here. Shout out to Mormon Wives, wonderful show, got us the swig break, and this is ongoing news. This is ongoing news. We're going to be covering this, and I can't wait. When does the Bachelorette start?
I don't care.
You're going to watch it.
I've never seen a single episode of that. I don't.
You know
think
what?
I'm
This
gonna start
wait,
now.
scroll up because now this is some conspiracy nonsense. Scroll. This is okay. Utah reality TV star reportedly checks into rehab facility willingly. Okay, baloney. Do you know what happened? She got a call from the Mouse House. She got a call from Disney and said, "Hey, we're gonna run your season, but you need to go to rehab publicly. You got to do this big going to rehab publicly so that we could try to run your show. This is damage control. This is insane. This doesn't mean nothing. Is it? Is it?
Wiz,
Is it?
This
Judge
is
Mann, or is
Hollywood.
it really?
This is what we do.
Her look looks like she's like contemplating like things in her life. You know what I mean? Like she's like zoned out. Like she's got her like she's biting the side of her mouth. She's kind of like zoned out.
I got
a
a
little
better
bit.
picture here. We gotta put this up. Look at that, man. I feel like I'm watching the Amber Heard trial again.
She still does the little side mouth thing. She's just kind of zoned out. She's not listening to anything the judge says.
Wow. There you go,
This is just
man.
like this is kind of like take this out of it because I don't really care about Mormon Wives, whatever.
I do.
This is what reality TV has become in the zeitgeist of entertainment. Like people care enough about this to the point where this is like funny and entertaining and interesting. This sucks. Like I get why Tom says we're getting closer and closer to idiocracy in real life. It's because of things like this.
Look, we're not going to stay on this topic for too long. We do this for fun. This is just poking fun. Tom and I watched what was the show like on Netflix? The Netflix reality show.
It was damn. I don't remember the
It's
name
like
of it.
the
But the whole
Age of Attraction.
Age of Attraction. Yes, the whole premise was that the first episode is they have this like get together of all these people looking to date. And no, they don't say what their age is until they like go to like a promise house or some BS. And it's like one of the like there's one person who's like 23 and they're dating like someone in their like 60s and it's very just like they're one of the ladies, the guy she finds who looks like a lizard man, like not Steve Jobs, what's it Facebook man, Zuck, he looks like a lizard man like Zuckerberg, is like, oh, technically you're younger than my like first child. Like it's like, ugh, oh no.
Okay. All right, but to summarize this, when you watch reality television, and sometimes like we'll watch it for fun, but the longer it stays on, the longer you watch reality television like this, I start to experience existential dread, because then you realize these people live among you. The reality TV people, they're real people. These are the people, they live in your neighborhood. They are your neighbors. and they're real people. And that's like, there's something, it's funny until it's not.
You're on the other side of it.
It's something that would have been used as a Twilight episode, like a Twilight Zone episode back when they were still airing. It'd be, imagine a world where everyone around you is just a degenerate.
Yes. Oh yes. All right. That is our weekly reality TV show update. But we do have some actual
Please don't
news.
make this a week.
Too late, Isaac. We're going to cover The Bachelorette when it airs.
Oh.
Yeah, members only. Members. If you want to see that with the wizard, join the membership.
That's right. Oh, maybe we should. Maybe that's what
Please
we'll do.
don't.
Members
Please
only
don't.
Bachelorette
we like
episode
our members
review.
way too much.
Oh,
to do
come
that.
on.
Oh man, maybe we should do that. I don't know, chat. You gotta let me know. Here, I'm gonna start a poll. Tom, take us through this next topic. This one's really big.
Meta is slapping subscriptions on its smart glasses. Rate limits on AI features will surely be popular with the masses. People hate Meta's smart glasses for quite a few reasons, but up until now, subscriptions were not on the list of grievances. Time has a funny way of turning lots of our favorite services and features into pay until you die monthly bills, though, and that time for Meta's AI glasses appears to be now. They were very happy about writing this article. My word.
Until you die monthly. I love it.
Meta has quietly begun introducing, quote, rate limits on features in its AI glasses, according to a recently updated official help page, as noted by The Verge. The list of rate-limited features starts with conversation focus, which uses the microphone on Meta's smart glasses to zero in on someone you're talking to and amplify their speech with AI. Under this new structure, you can use conversation focus for 3 hours per month for free.
Gosh.
Or if you
Nice
want
of
to
them.
extend usage, you can pay, brace yourself, $20 per month for a Meta One premium subscription to unlock 15 hours per month. As The Verge notes, Conversation Focus is a strange choice to paywall since it seemingly doesn't use Meta's servers. Conversation Focus happens on device and still works offline, so it's not as if Meta needs to charge users money for borrowing some kind of overall AI bandwidth. I
So
think
are
it's
these
also
hearing aids. Like they're charging you $20 a month for hearing aids.
they're charging you for better audio clarity on your glasses, but also, okay, it goes, it's 3 hours per month for free, and then it's 15 hours per month if you pay $20. Well, what happens when you go over your 15 hours? Is it
Read the
do
small
they have a
print.
higher? Do they have a higher premium prescription subscription for that,
It's
or
probably in the small print. Yeah, they probably have the rates go through the roof. Yeah.
or is it going to be like the old data plans where it's like, well, if you use the X amount of fast gigabytes, now you're on the lower version of that? Is it going to be like, oh well, we turned up your audio by like a couple decibels. If you're not on the subscription, you go over 15 hours, we're going to cut you in half. Like, how does that even work?
The good part of all of this is if you stop paying, it's still just a pair of glasses.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Are we getting into the
It comes
thing
up
where
with like a black screen and an
Black
X on your
screen,
face.
black-
You can't even use them anymore.
That would be ridiculous if that happened.
like where does it stop? When are we gonna get the self-driving cars that if you don't pay the subscription, the windshield's just gonna black out? You can't see out of the windshield. Like,
Oh, that'll happen. That'll happen. That's a good one.
Additionally,
I mean, it's
conversation
terrible, but
focus
it's real.
feels like a weird feature to paywall in that it's a hearing assistance feature. Meta doesn't explicitly market conversation focus as being useful for accessibility. But let's be honest here. A tool that allows you to better hear someone you're having a conversation with is way more likely to be found useful by those with hearing impairment.
There you go.
In any case, accessibility feature or not, it's not the best look. Okay. Isaac, do you know, is this if you're like on the phone with someone, or is this if you're just talking to someone? It amplifies. How does this even how does this actually work?
Let's look this up.
I think the way it's saying in the article, it would be like if I'm staring at you, Tom, and like you're
Right.
in
Yeah.
front of me and the camera sees you, it just assumes that I'm talking to you. So it would amplify your
Yeah.
voice so I could hear you
While
better.
suppressing background noise.
Yeah.
This is like real life IRL noise cancellation. So hearing aids.
Okay, but aren't these glasses?
But that's the point, and that's like, I don't know if you guys have ever tried on the Meta glasses or like seen them in person. They are so stupid, and we are so far off from
How do you really feel,
where
Isaac?
that we are so far off from what we were promised wearable technology would be. The closest we've come to like wearable technology is like the smartwatches that connect to your phone because they can't do anything else. So this is going to sound pretentious. I don't mean it to, because I just went to the Rolex store not to buy anything, just because I like to walk around the store and look at watches. You can't buy a Rolex, right? Like if you go into a Rolex store, you have to like give them your information and they're like, "We'll get it to you in 2 years." Like you're on a waiting list. Meta has done that same approach as well. They're like version 1 that is like listening to music and like, "Hey Siri, like tell me whatever." It lets you do that. You can buy those, but they're like version 2 or maybe version 3, which has like a HUD display. You have to be on a list for like 6 months to get them, and now they're telling you it's going to require a subscription. Now they're telling you even with the subscription, you only get this much. There's way more than 15 hours in a month. It's like they're constantly selling.
What? That's the first I'm ever hearing about this. More than
Yeah, I
15
know.
hours a month?
For some people, when you're deep in the game, you never know. But it's like, I don't know who tells them these decisions are good decisions, but they're stupid. It's like the getting rid of physical media for the games with pre-orders. They had to know how many. Now they're not making as many. You've got to get on a list. It's like they're all trying to use that like Dell computer, like just in time, buy it or make it once it's already bought. No one wants that. Like if I walk into a store and they say, "Oh, you're on a list for 6 months," I'm like, "Nah, forget it. I don't want it." In 6 months, it's irrelevant. No one cares.
This is not AR glasses, right? This is just talk and listen and stuff
No,
like
the
that.
new
This-
ones are. The new
No,
ones
but-
have a heads-up display.
The one in the store, is that what this one's talking about?
This is all of them.
Okay,
Any
all
of
of
the
them.
Meta
All right.
glasses that you have are going to require a subscription.
To hear better.
To hear about it.
In
Well,
this case, to hear better, but like anything that they can charge you for, they will.
well, they'll get around this because if you're a person that's disabled or needs hearing, then you could get insurance will pay it, based off of that.
Right.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's an insurance fraud. Not fraud, but it's an insurance grift. That's better.
I mean, you're going to charge. Just charge for the product, right? If you're charging a monthly fee, so a disabled person that can't hear well can hear better, you're charging a monthly fee. That's diabolical.
Right.
These companies, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like
they
if
be
you-
diabolical.
if you think about it, it was 12 years ago when Google announced like the Google Glass, like glasses they were going to make, or like if anybody's of the younger generation, 20 to 30, maybe probably higher, like close to 30, Ned's Declassified. You all saw Cookie with like the glasses, and you were like, "Dude, you're the coolest guy ever." You were like, oh, "I want that in my life." That was freaking 2007, and we were like, "Wow, computer glasses, like that's the future." We're 20 years later, and we've got toilets that can take your human waste and tell you all the problems you have, but we can't get glasses that don't require a subscription.
See,
It's insane.
I saw someone. We went to the theme park this weekend, and there was a gentleman that we were in the the tram cart going to Disney, and he's facing me because he's in that backward seat, whatever. And he started taking pictures. I didn't know what he was wearing because he just looked like regular glasses, right? He was wearing the Ray-Ban ones, I think he was wearing, and he was like putting his finger up and just taking pictures, and then he stopped touching it and then said picture, or he spoke, and then it was just taking picture. And I was like, are you taking pictures with your camera with your eyeglasses? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, they're prescription. He's like, they're fantastic. He goes, it translates signs for me. So like it's not AR, but if he looks at a sign and the camera's on, like it says it in English and he wants it written spoken in Spanish to him, it does that and stuff. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool, right? But then I saw the price and I was like, yeah, it's not that cool, not that for that price. You know what I mean? So
That seems like that's what they're going to start charging you extra for, though, like live translations.
well, the way the guy was talking about it in the small trip that I had with him, he was
Sure.
like, oh, he's like, this changed my life. He goes, it completely changed. And I think by that, when you capture people, that's why 3 months of access for free. If you start to do that type of stuff, if you're walking around, it's translating and speaking to you, and you can understand other people that are speaking a different language. That's pretty powerful, man. That's pretty powerful stuff. And you can also record everything, right? It's great for content creators and stuff like that. So that's why the data cap's probably there and whatnot. So
I just feel like, and maybe I'm the only one here that feels this way, I don't trust any single hardware that Meta has put out. I don't trust Meta with software, but then bring them into hardware, I don't trust them even harder. Like, I just, it's not a trustworthy company. Since the Cambridge Analytica scandal in 2017, I don't trust anything they've done. And their like big win of the week, it came out earlier today that they are now starting like a cloud compute company to like rival AWS. And people are like, oh, yay, great. Nobody's talking about the fact that they charge people millions and millions and millions of dollars for this theoretical metaverse that they were going to make up, and it was going to be the next thing and so revolutionary, and no one cares. The Oculus was a wasted purchase for them. Now that's on their books. I don't care, but I know for a fact I have one and Wiz has one, and we're sitting here like never going to use this again because it was an absolute waste. Other than,
in fact, waiting to get the Steam frame to replace it because it's so obsolete. It's just not worth it. There's that. I'm looking forward to getting away from the Meta infrastructure.
Yeah.
But, all of this is, it's crazy, man.
Now, this brings up the question for me, though, real quick. If companies just lowered the price, the entry point price of their hardware systems, would you guys be willing to pay the subscription every month? Like if PS6 came out and they were like, it's $299, but you cannot use it unless you pay us $40 a month. That's just for access to all the features and everything. Would you pay it if it's a lower entry point, but long term you have to keep paying?
No.
I would say this. I would say no for myself, but it would be a very specific thing. Like I used to work for Telemundo, and I was one of the only Caucasian white people that worked at Telemundo, and everyone spoke Spanish, right?
Yep.
And this is before cell phones where you could translate and stuff like that. So you were working with people that didn't speak the same language. If I could wear these and it could translate, and I'm not talking about like looking at your phone and typing it in and going, huh? Like it hears what they're saying and instantaneously gives me the translation, then yeah, I would say it's worth it. But that's a very, very specific spot. Other than that, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair.
Well, this is just another one of the many flubs, I would say, from Meta as a company. I mean, I see the footage from the Meta smart glasses, but like, they're really expensive. I can't see myself actually like using that and wanting to have that accessible. But have you seen the Snapchat glasses?
Yes.
No.
Wait, do they have a new version?
You got to
Is
see
this
the
the
Snapchat
$3,000? I
glasses.
saw something that was $3,000 for Meta like AR glasses.
Oh, geez.
Just to tie this together, you've got why? Okay, hang on. I'm pulling it up now. If we switch over to here,
Oh,
this is
that's fashion.
This is
right
the
there.
specs.
$2,200.
That's the ones I saw. Yeah, that's the ones I saw. The 2,200. That's it.
They
Yeah.
just don't even look comfortable.
They're gigantic, dude.
That's the black screen.
They're huge.
They're gonna fade out when you don't pay to use them. It showed it right there. They're telling us. They're hiding it in plain sight.
Yeah, these are the Snapchat specs. And when they revealed this last week, the stock took a nosedive afterward.
Oh my gosh!
I mean,
Are
it's
these
crazy
AR?
the technology where we came from. This is like Mission Impossible type stuff. You know what I mean? Where you put them on your face and you have all the access, a computer on on
Yeah,
your
but
face.
what happened to?
In premise, it's cool.
Wasn't it the movie? I think it might have been Justin Timberlake. It was called like Timeless,
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
there's like wearable technology, and that wasn't that much in the future. I think. Like, I'm not saying we go to like a time where you spend time to like live, but I'm saying like, what
Yeah, you get it.
happened to 20 years ago when they thought we were going to be in like microwave oven suits and like have hoverboards and all that kind of stuff, and like they're like, best we could do is potato glasses that turn off when you don't pay a subscription.
It looks like engineers designed this.
It really does.
You know what I mean?
Really
Like,
does.
it doesn't look like they went to a person and was like, "Hey, we need really cool glasses." Like, no, we got this. We're gonna make the glasses. It'll be fine.
I would love to find out that Snap fired their designers before this. They were like, we're going through some layoffs, but we still have a deadline to get these glasses out.
So these are meant to be AR glasses. So it's kind of like the Meta, but it's also like the Apple Vision Pro, where hey, Apple Vision Pro is what a wasted product that was, man.
Apple has not come out with a good product, truthfully, since Steve Jobs left.
Yeah, they haven't. They haven't come up with any new product.
Right, and now that Johnny Ives is gone as well, and Tim Cook's about to retire, I think Apple is just cashing in on the new iPhone every year.
And that's it. Barely incremental, centimeter level upgrades. Barely changed. Barely changes. But all right, gentlemen, that I think that's going to do it for the Meta PC the Meta product discussion and everything going on here with Snapchat and the specs. Tom, let's get back to the people.
Let's get back to the folks.
Whoops.
Actually,
there is. Let's do this.
We got Fallen Order 66 for a 5. Early 2000s companies market for you to buy their product. Now they market to see how to get you away from their product.
That is how it goes. Fallen Order, shout out. It's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse. So we need to start preparing and being proactive about preparation. So I think that's the best thing we can do.
I wanted to. I keep on thinking about it, and this entire segment, this entire show today has just continued this thought process. I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to zag where we were zigging, but earlier this week I had a brief conversation with you where things are jumping up in price, things aren't attainable, no one can afford anything. And with how dystopian everything feels, I feel like we're fast tracking into going down the positions of, it's like, oh, well, this is all expensive. If you can't afford it, you can put collateral on your body parts. I feel like we are going.
Geez.
I feel like that is where we're aiming for, and everything with the Meta glasses, and it's like, oh well, it's $3,000. Oh well, you can pay for the hearing aid option.
That's great.
Like it's gonna be like, all right, well, you don't have a job, you don't have any skills that serve us in this time. Well, we could put collateral out for your liver or any of your major organs, and if you don't keep up with your payments, we'll just come. We're going fast into like a Repo Man territory, and I even with chat just right there, it just keeps popping in my head. Of it's like, we called it last week. Of it's like, oh, we're gonna go into digital games. I really hope we don't get to the position where I'm calling this out too, but it's just something that's been in the back of my mind the entire segment. Today.
Next week, someone sells their kidney for a PlayStation 5 Pro.
Yes.
They sell their kidney for GTA
Next year
6.
had to sell both kidneys because they couldn't afford the PlayStation 5 Pro.
You're selling your left testicle to get GTA 6. That is what it's going to be.
Oh my goodness!
And it's
which they'll get rid of anyway because it's digital.
That's right. Yeah, and then you
They
get
don't
a count
refund
band after you
testicles,
put up.
yeah.
You put that's right. Thank you for that.
We got
hey,
Mr.
Tom.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Hardcore mode for a 5. What do you have to say to people saying, well, most people have not bought physical games, so why does it matter? That's a what's the term for it?
Not my house, not my monkeys.
Yes, it's a dismissive argument.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, I see that in my comment section every single day. Why do you care? Why should I care? I don't care. It's not my problem. Yeah, it's not your problem today. But we talk about this stuff, and I see there's a lot of people that were, or there's a handful of people that were a little rowdy before, and it's like, hey, look, you want to be angry about it, that we're discussing this? Yeah, you can be angry about it, but every time we keep making predictions, and we keep getting proven right faster than I'd like to say we're getting proven right. I would rather be wrong with all of this guessing. Because if I'm wrong, then that's good. Being right is not good, you guys. And so far, all of us here have been pretty on point with this progression. So,
if you don't speak, right, then it just goes. Remember, it's just one horse armor, right, and then it expands. People like us, I don't understand why people get upset when we bring up, not just us, just in general, the internet, when they bring up something and talk about something that's important. That's why we're talking about it, because they don't think it's important. They think that, well, it's no big deal. Well, if it's no big deal, then don't worry about it. Just continue living your life and do what you're doing. But the rest of us would like to educate and talk about it, because if you don't, then you're just complacent. And then it's just going to go by itself, right? So we are the front line. Even if it's the little thing, you say, well, it's not going to make a change. Well, it doesn't make a change until it does. And then everyone starts to get on board with it, because they're like, oh, wow, they actually are doing a change of it, right? And that's why we talk about it, because we care about what we like, and we like video games, and we don't want to see it go away.
Yeah, man. I think it's not my problem. Okay. I would just dismiss those people, because eventually it will be their problem. And then they'll come to you and be like, oh my gosh, this crazy thing is happening. What do we do? And you're like, okay, well, now you're on board. Now we're going to just ignore those people until they become activated. I think that's the best thing we can do. But, all right. Hey, as we wrap up, take a look at this. This is from Nintendo of America. They posted today at 3:00. Something in this room needs addressing. It's Mario as an elephant.
I did see that.
At least they got a sense of humor, man. At least they got a sense of humor.
I think it's because they just realized, great, all of the evil that we've committed, we're back in the good graces of most people.
Oh, man. The memes. All right, everybody. That is going to do it for us here. Fake Wizard News. 30, what do you got going on?
We're about to stream over on 30 Still Gaming for RV There Yet. Never played it before, so we're going to play that tonight. And then I also do a morning show Monday through Thursday on 30 NSG, which is the main channel, where we talk news stories, cover it, give you my thoughts and opinions and videos as well. So come on by.
All right. Isaac, we've got the Southeast Game Exchange coming up just a couple of weeks away. Actually,
Absolutely.
Oh man, we are in July.
2 weeks.
It is happening. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
really crazy.
Wow. All right. So we're 2 weeks away from the Southeast Game Exchange. So we're going to be seeing you guys there. That's going to be fun, coming up soon. Until then, is there anything else we need to cover, boys?
We're all good.
I think that's going to be it. So, all right. We will see you soon. Be streaming again real soon. And we're going to go and raid Hypnotic over on the Hypnotic channel. So stick around for the raid. And I need the outro. Let me get the outro. All right. We'll see you next time.